Hi everyone, welcome back to my ServiceNow learning series. This is video 30 out of 100 business rules practice. In this video, we will handle a real-time interview scenario. The scenario is here. Here, restricting record updates once an order status is marked as delivered. I mean, how do you restrict record updates after a specific status? The status generally includes new, in progress, on hold. Or we can call it other way as prevent order updates after status is delivered. So this rule helps the prevent accidental changes, fraud, and audit issues. Before going to discussion, this is a customized application of table. This one I am created, and I am given everything information related to this table in here. ServiceNow Business Rules Practice, creating custom table. Each and every point, starting to ending point of the creation of table, I mentioned here. If you have a practice, if you need practice, please go through this video, and it's a very easy way. And it has number, customer name, mobile number, delivery date, and time. Delivery address, product category, it includes various products, rice, vegetables, fruits, etc. And quantity, unit includes kgs, liters, dozen, pieces. Based on the requirement of the product category, it will change. And price per unit, total amount, order status. Here, so many stages are there, like that instant form, new, confirmed, packed, dispatched, delivered, cancelled, delivered. Like that stages are there. Prevent order updates after status is delivered. Here, after order status is delivered, we need to prevent any changes. That's the concept. So why this requirement is, once an order is delivered, data should be locked, no changes allowed, because it will prevent the fraud, accidental edits, audit issues. So due to these issues, we need to prevent further changes. So this is in production, real-time environment. It's a common production requirement. Now, how we can do create script based on the requirement? First, just go through the requirement and break the requirement into simple steps. The first step is here, user tries to update an order. User tries to update an order. Here, update an order. Already it is in delivered. Then user tries to change the order, new, confirmed, packet, like that. Then what will happen? System checks if order status is delivered. System checks if order status is delivered. So we are giving now input to the system, input logic to system by business rule. If yes, block update and show message simple way. So if order status is delivered, system need to prevent changes to deliver to other state or other update. Here it will prevent the update in the form of error message or about action. This is our concept. If you don't understand, I will explain further deeply. If order was already delivered, system will not allow any changes. If order status is delivered, system won't be further stop changes. So as per this requirement, we'll start with business rule, and we should use before business rule, and the option is update. And along with business rule, other options are also available. Other alternative are also available. For example, these alternative options are UI policies, client script, and ACLs. But in case of UI policy, it will apply on only user interface only. it won't be suitable for this background script or data backup because data is already in the server. Client script can be bypassed. It won't be helpful in this case. ACL. ACL is helpful, but it's more complex than the business rule. The best way is start with business rule. Final recommended way is business rule. In this business rule, we have mainly 4 types of business rules available. Before, after, async, display. Before means name itself is there. Before the record is saved to the database. So any before to the database, that changes will handled by before business rule. For example, make fields mandatory, prevent update, change values before save, stop duplicate records, prevent priority downgrade, prevent reopening, resolve incidents. These are the examples of applying before business rule. So according to our requirement, here we need to prevent update. That's why we are using the before business rule. After business rule is after save to the database. After the record is saved to the database. So examples of the after business rules are to trigger actions, create or update other records, to send notifications, changing record after update. In that cases, after business rule will work out. In case of async business rule, it's mainly applicable for the integrations because in integrations, heavy logic or heavy script will apply. So due to that heavy logic, system will hang, system won't be support sometimes. In that cases, we will use async business rules. The final step is display business rule. Display business rule mainly applicable for the when we call information from client to server. In that cases, we are using G underscore scratchpad. So in that cases, display business rule will apply. So now according to our requirement, before business rule only accept. Let's begin with the business rule. So business rule is navigated by different ways. In under system definition, business rules are through table sys underscore script underscore dot do or script underscore list dot do. Sys underscore script underscore list dot do. So it will jump directly to the business rule creation. Then new. The first important is naming. Name should be relevant to the meaningful, or it will relevant to the requirement. Here, as per our requirement, how do you restrict record updates after specific status? The name is restrict record updates. Restrict record updates. Here the table is Amma Organics, custom table. U underscore Amma underscore Organics, because prefix U starts with custom table. User is created by user. And we click on or we enable advanced, it will show highlight of business rule types and advanced options. Here, according to our requirement, we will use before business rule. And the concept is, as per our requirement, we need to update. While updating, it will change. So we are updating here. Then actions no need, advanced. In the advanced option, script we can write. Business rule is brain to the ServiceNow. It acts as like brain to the ServiceNow. Now, as per our requirement breakdown, first user tries to update an order. System checks if order status is delivered. So we need to give input to the system logic in the form of logic. If order was already delivered, if so, we can use if condition. If then previous means previous value, previous, because already it was delivered. Order is delivered. That's why we are using previous value. Previous dot if order was already delivered. Order. We can take the backend value of order from the table, custom table. So backend value, how we can retrieve? Right click, show order underscore status. Then copy the field name. This is the backend value. Then paste here. Then is double equal to. What is the status? If status is delivered. So we need to enter delivered. Delivered. Then starts with the curly braces. Real code will be hidden here. Then what will happen? What's our next step? System will not allow any changes. If order was already delivered, we are given input to the system as a logic. Then system will prevent it won't allow any changes and give error message. How we can get error message? By applying gs dot add error message. We can get error. gs dot add error message. Just displaying as in a form of APIs. Then what's error message? We will get delivered orders cannot be modified. Then after error message, we need to prevent update. How we can prevent update from saving? By given as set about action. Current means current table, current form, present form, nothing but current dot set about action. Set about action should be true. Then only the condition will apply or logic will apply. Then save that record. By formatting code, by adding formatting code, these letters will align uniformly. If any gaps are available, then it will adjust uniformly. Then we can submit. Then we can check now. So we can create any new one. We can create new record. Here order state is delivered already. We can set product category mandatory fields fill at milk products. Then save 1024. Then type anything. 10. Then update. See, the result is delivered orders cannot be modified. So because previously we delivered, then after delivered, we need to modify. The system prevents the modification by giving error and by doing with set about action invalid update. This is our script, this effect. If order was already delivered, system will not allow any changes. This input we provided as in the form of script, in the form of business rule. Through this business rule, we given as input to the system. This business rule prevents the update. This way we can easily handle the business rules. So if we know the question, 50% of answer will come. Then remaining 50%, just apply the logic as a basics. So by this way, we can practice very easily. Thank you, guys. Wish you all the best.